challenging to provide an exhaustive list of a narcissist's thoughts about you. Here are some common beliefs or attitudes they may have. You exist to serve their needs and desires. Narcissists often perceive others as extensions of themselves rather than as separate individuals. This perspective is rooted in their deep-seated need for validation and admiration. They believe that others exist primarily to fulfill their desires and boost their self-esteem. This skewed belief reinforces their need for power and attention, often causing them to manipulate and exploit others without genuine regard for their feelings or autonomy. They believe they are superior to you in various aspects. Narcissists often harbor an inflated sense of self-importance as a defense mechanism against their underlying insecurities and feelings of inadequacy. Their tendency to compare themselves favorably to those around them stems from a need to preserve their fragile self-esteem and avoid any form of criticism or rejection. This mindset can lead to a disregard for others' perspectives and a pattern of demeaning or belittling those who challenge their perceived supremacy. They may see you as an extension of themselves, reflecting their image and success. This distorted perception arises from their deep-seated need to maintain an idealized self-image, even if it means projecting their desired traits onto others. By treating individuals as mere tools to bolster their ego, narcissists can manipulate relationships to ensure that their perceived image of success remains intact. This mindset often leads to a lack of genuine empathy and a tendency to exploit others' strengths and accomplishments for their own personal gain. Your value is determined by how much attention and admiration you provide them. Narcissists equate their own self-worth with the attention and admiration they receive from others. They perceive the amount of attention and admiration directed towards them as a direct measure of their significance and importance. This belief stems from their constant craving for validation and a fear of being overlooked or unappreciated. Consequently, they project this mindset onto those around them, believing that the value of others is determined solely by their ability to provide the narcissist with a desired level of attention and praise. This outlook creates a transactional dynamic in which narcissists demand continuous affirmation, often leading to exploitative behavior as they prioritize their own ego-boosting needs over the genuine well-being of others. They may view you as a threat if you challenge their superiority or question their actions. When a narcissist's sense of superiority is challenged or their actions are questioned, they interpret it as a direct threat to their carefully constructed self-image. Challenging their perceived superiority or questioning their behavior undermines the facade they rely on to maintain their inflated self-esteem. In response, they often react defensively, seeing those who challenge them as enemies bent on exposing their weaknesses. This defensive stance arises from their need to protect their fragile ego, leading them to lash out, manipulate, or engage in gaslighting to reassert control and assert their imagined dominance. They might believe they have the right to control and manipulate you for their benefit. Narcissists believe they have the right to control and manipulate others because they perceive themselves as inherently entitled to special treatment and deference. This belief often emerges from a history of seeking validation and admiration, which reinforces their notion of being deserving of unwavering attention and obedience. They rationalize their manipulative behavior as a means to secure the control they believe they deserve, as it aligns with their pursuit of constant affirmation and protection of their fragile self-esteem. This entitlement-driven mindset leads them to disregard the autonomy and feelings of those around them, viewing relationships primarily as tools to satisfy their own emotional requirements, rather than as genuine, mutual interactions. Your emotions and needs are inconsequential unless they can be used to their advantage. Narcissists often view the emotions and needs of others as inconsequential unless they can exploit them to their own benefit. They assess situations and people based on how they can serve their own interests, and if someone's emotions or needs don't align with their agenda, they dismiss them as unimportant. This mindset reinforces their self-centered behavior and minimizes the genuine emotional experiences of those around them. They may perceive you as a tool to enhance their social status or gain access to resources. Their insatiable need for admiration and validation drives them to strategically align themselves with individuals who can provide them with the external validation and material benefits they seek. They often evaluate people based on their perceived ability to elevate the narcissist's image or provide access to valuable resources, such as social connections, wealth, or opportunities. This mindset leads them to form connections that are primarily transactional, disregarding the authenticity of relationships in favor of their own pursuit of self-enhancement. They might believe they are entitled to exploit your vulnerabilities for their own gain. Narcissists often feel entitled to exploit others' vulnerabilities for their own gain due to their skewed perception of relationships and power dynamics. Viewing vulnerability as a weakness to be exploited, they seize upon these moments to exert control, boost their ego, and maintain a sense of superiority. This behavior is rooted in their underlying insecurities, as they aim to divert attention away from their own flaws by focusing on exploiting perceived weaknesses in others. This manipulation helps them reinforce their self-image and maintain their desired level of admiration, regardless of the emotional toll it takes on those they exploit. They may oscillate between idealizing and devaluing you on how well you meet their expectations and fulfill their needs. In their pursuit of constant validation and admiration, they tend to idealize those who initially appear to fulfill their desires and validate their self-worth. However, as reality sets in and imperfections emerge, the narcissist's fragile ego becomes threatened, leading to a shift towards devaluation. This pattern serves their defense mechanism, enabling them to maintain a sense of control and superiority by asserting dominance over those they perceive as falling short. This roller coaster of emotions and treatment often leaves individuals confused and emotionally drained, contributing to the manipulation and instability characteristic of narcissistic relationships. Remember, these are general tendencies, and not every narcissist will exhibit all of these thoughts. It's important to prioritize your well-being and seek support if you are dealing with a narcissistic individual. If you find this information helpful, please share, like, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to be notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching.